Alright, hi guys. Sorry I haven't had a lot of time to be able to make a video. I've been very busy with other activities I'm involved in. Um, Most of you know me as Teenage Hunter from Isle Whitetail. Others of you know me by Josh or Joshua. Um, but basically I wanted to recap my 2011-2012 hunting and shed hunting experiences. So to start off the 2011-2012 season, I purchased a trail camera um, in March. I kept it out. I was very excited every time I got pictures of deer. Um, and then in uh, August, I started getting a lot of pictures of some really nice bucks. Three bucks in particular were a buck I called Oak, another buck I called Big Boy, and another buck I called Splits. The primary buck I was after this year was a buck named Splits. He was a very nice 10 point with splits on his G2s and G3s. But sadly, I didn't even have a chance at hunting him because our corn got taken out early and right before youth season, so I had absolutely no chance whatsoever at shooting this buck. The next buck I had, which sadly passed away January of 2012. I had tons of trail camera pictures. I was hoping that I would see him again on my camera when I put it back out in December, but I never got any pictures of him or any of my other bucks that I was looking at. But I did get pictures of other bucks, new bucks that I'd never seen before. Um, so, moving on, Oak, uh, he was a very nice, he was a really wacky deer, um, but he was also kind of a cold buck to me. I think he needed to be kind of taken out before he was spreading some of his genes. I mean, I know he has a nice double main beam, but I kind of wanted those uniform 10s. I'm more into the typical deer management for typical deer rather than non-typical deer. And then there was another buck that I had on my trail camera that I didn't mention. His name was Double Main Beam. This buck happened to shed its antler about a mile and a half north of where my trail camera was set, and I found his shed. This is a shed that he had his double main beam on, but he actually broke the double main beam off fighting or something, and the reason I can tell it's him is because of he has the curve on his main beam. He has this little drop right here on his base, which you'll see in pictures in my trail camera pictures that I'll be posting. This deer is a very nice uniformed 10 point. I was lucky enough to be able to get my hands on him. I have tons of trail camera pictures of this deer I'll put on, but this is him, and I believe this shed to be his shed from 2 years ago. It still has some brown color in it, so, and it was just under grass, a little bit of grass, and all that was sticking out was his brow tine, and I was lucky enough to be able to see it. I just think it's him because he has that curve on him and that same brows that are nice, that look very, very similar. The only thing that's different on the shed is he has a little small piece of junk right here on his base that he doesn't have in on him now, but that's Big Boy. Next is my bucks that I actually was able to get a chance at. We went on a new property this year that we purchased, and I was lucky enough to shoot this very nice dark colored antlered 8 point. The reason I European mounted him was because I just love the color of his antlers. They're just so dark. Then the other buck I shot was my bow buck. Lots of flies got to him, so his rack is basically black now because the um, uh, flies put some sort of, I don't know what it is, but they made it completely black like that. Next deer that I shot was my shotgun buck. Uh, this buck I really liked, but it wasn't the buck that I was after on this place. I was after a very nice 11 point with a flyer. He was a buck I was really after on this place. I had seen him before. I saw him during shotgun season. I saw him during bow season, but we never had a chance at actually being able to get a shot at him. We tried to find him during muzzleloader season because I still had an unfilled youth tag, but we were unsuccessful. Then the next year that I was shot was a shed buck, which I was kind of disappointed in because I was shot a shed buck, but I still got a tag, another one of my last tags filled. So I filled 4 out of my 5 tags, and I was pretty happy with that. Alright, so next we have my 2011-2012 shed season. The first shed that I found this year was this huge, this huge 6-point. I love this 6-point because of this color, but he's huge, and I just love this shed. This year wasn't a very productive year for me. I was busy with a lot of my other activities that I had. I'm involved in a lot of different organizations within our school and other sports, so I wasn't able to get out as much as I wanted for shed hunting this year. But I did find bigger sheds than I did last year, and a lot less dead deer, which I was happy about that. Then I want to now start into our 2012-2013 season. This year I've been getting a lot of pictures of a buck I named Charlie. We named him Charlie because he has a unicorn point coming out of his head. This buck is a very uniform 10, and I would love to just have the chance at this buck. Next buck we have is a buck that has no name right now. I don't know if it's oak or if it's double main beam or if it's another buck that I have pictures of. But that's one of the other bucks I'm after. Next buck I have is another buck. I don't know. I haven't named him yet, but he shows up almost every year on this place. I shot my first buck on this property, and I'm very excited to try to get this buck this year. I don't know if I'll be hunting him during youth season or if I'll go during bow to try to get him. Basically, he's showing up every single day at my camera. I have no attractant down right now at this camera, but hopefully I'll make up my mind and have a decision on which place I will go opening day of youth season. Another buck I was looking at has no name. He's on another property. I found my biggest sheds on this property. I found doubles main beam shed. I found this shed on this property, and I'm just hoping to see this one buck at least one more time. I went out scouting last week, and I was able to see him and 2 other bucks that are fairly decent, but not exactly what I'm looking in for a buck. I've had a lot more area to expand in my shed hunting, and I've had a lot more landowners come up to me and say, I heard you shed hunt, you can go on my property anytime you want. I'm getting to know the landowners better. I talk with the landowners more, and I go right now. I'm shed hunting about 15,000 acres here in Iowa. I'm very excited to say that because uh, mostly what I shed hunt is open crop ground land, not really too much timber. But I've gotten new properties this year to shed hunt, some in towns around that are just little 100-acre places that I'm able, and then I have another place that's about 1,000 acres total that's right by each other, and uh, basically I shed hunt all the sections around my house and around the area, but that's almost to this, and I want to thank you for everyone that has inspired me to be able to be the hunter that I am today. People I want to thank right now are The Crush. Then I want to thank Iowa Whitetail. I want to thank family friends that have helped me, Danny and Mark. I also want to thank my dad. Really glad I'm able to get out with my dad during youth season. This year it might be a little different because of his time schedules with harvest. Other people I want to thank. Big shout out to Girls Can Hunt too. She's a really good friend of mine. We've gotten to know each other really well. I want to thank my mom for driving me everywhere, everywhere to shed hunt and hunt. I want to thank some of my other friends from school that have really entertained me with trail camera pictures and other things, and shout out to a lot of those people. Iowa Whitetail has basically taught me everything I needed to know about hunting, and if you want to get to know more about hunting, or if you don't know anything about hunting, go to Iowa Whitetail and read some of their stuff, read their posts, post on the forum, figure out what you need to do for trail cams, anything. That's where I learned how to I learned to shed hunt off of that site. That's how I got into shed hunting 2 years ago, and it's just expanded from that. So that's basically all I wanted to say. That's basically all I wanted to say. So thank you, and good luck hunting this year to everyone. I know some of you guys are already hunting. I know some of you guys are waiting. I know it's a few more weeks until bow hunting season here in Iowa, but just thank you to everybody that has ever helped me hunting and ever just done anything with me that has been hunting. Alright, well, thank you, and